Okay. Yeah. I'm here with Colette. You are a student, an exchange student at Ca' Foscari, and you will stay a whole year.
I'm here for a semester.
A semester, and you found your, let's say, a flat, your room at the Giudecca,
Yeah.
which is a very a well-known place for students, for national students, and foreign students. So it's a nice context also because you were able to have also in the beginning some new Italian students and yeah, let's say roommates. It's a bit a difficult situation. You have to explain the context, the Junghans context.
Okay, so Junghans is quite a big residence for students. It has international students and native students, Italians. And I live in a single room, but the majority of rooms are doubles because I think this is a big difference from English universities and European universities.
Yeah, exactly. So you told me that English universities give you the opportunity to go and live on the campus.
Yeah.
Which is something composed of a residence hall. You have single rooms, double rooms?
Generally, they're single rooms. It's the same as the room which I'm staying in at Junghans. And so it'll be a single bed, and then you have a shared bathroom with maybe 6 other people, or you can get shared en suites, which is where you share a bathroom with only one other person.
So what about your choice coming to Venice? You decided it a year ago. Was it one of your first choices?
Venice was my first choice.
Your first choice?
Definitely, because we got the opportunity to go to somewhere in America, which I didn't want to go to because I wanted my...
You don't even remember where it was?
There were about 8 or 9 places in America.
Yeah.
I didn't want to go because I thought it wasn't going to be enough of a cultural contrast to England, and I wanted to get a new cultural experience. And then we had 4 places in Europe we could choose, which were...
So you wanted to stay in an European context, let's say, but to have a cultural...
But because it was more... It doesn't matter that it's closer to England. It's more different than America would have been. Mm-hmm. And so we had the option of Heidelberg, Helsinki, Oslo, and Venice.
And your decision was an island.
Yeah, my decision was Venice, like hands down, because Helsinki, it's dark until March anyway.
What did your friends thought when you said, okay, I'm leaving, I'm going for
They
the
were
next
really
6
excited.
months?
They couldn't believe it. I remember my friend Pippa and I got the email when she was in my room, and we just screamed and jumped up and down for a bit. I think it only sunk in that I was leaving England sort of probably the day before I got on the flight. Like, it seemed so surreal before then. But
do you think that when you're on an Erasmus, you should go often home, like say in the weekend or once a month, or should it be a nice experience also to stay really like the 6 months in that country and to live the country, like to travel it? And
I'm staying for the entire time.
You have a lot of people coming over.
I have my mum's coming to visit me, my boyfriend's coming to visit me, and maybe one other friend, but it depends on both of our exams, because at the end of the day you're here to experience something new, and also they get a holiday out of it if they come to see you. So I've really tried to experience the Italian lifestyle. So I didn't learn Italian at home, but I've learnt it here.
So you learned it at school also?
No.
At high school? No.
No, just from talking to other students here.
Okay, so your Italian was like, you have a basic level Italian.
Yeah.
And you take some classes right now?
I don't. It's just from other students at Junghans, the Italian students who talk to me all the time.
So for you it's a great resource to stay at Junghans right now, in order to be confronted to native speakers,
because it's got that intercultural feeling.
Yes, exactly. Nice. So just a few more things. One thing is, how do you prefer organizing your everyday life? You take part in activities at Ca' Foscari. Just tell me a few things you do when you have no lessons.
I am part of the university choir, which is good fun because I absolutely love singing, and I sang in a choir back at home, and so it was nice to keep that going.
And you recommend it also, or do you think it's a nice thing to do?
I think it's a nice thing to do because it's
interaction also.
Interaction, and it's living a university life like as you would in England. You shouldn't compensate anything for being in Italy. And then also I've tried voga, which is the Venetian rowing, which is good fun.
It's very special because I think it's something you should really try if you can, if you're interested, of course, to practice voga because, as you say, it's Venetian, so it's a unique opportunity for a Venetian experience.
Which there's no way I could have done voga in England.
Exactly.
And I haven't fallen in yet, so it's fine.
Good, nice. So the last question is, you go often to London. Let's say it's one of your...
it takes about 40 minutes to get there, so it's a nice trip.
And I wanted to ask you if you could compare the London, let's say, tourism to our Venetian surrounding, and let's say the context you live in. So it's like, as a student, also as a native student, as Italians, we live on an island with a lot of tourists.
Yeah.
And it's a everyday puzzle.
I would agree. If we talk about London during the Olympics, that's probably the best comparison to that would be Venice during the carnival.
Okay.
Especially at the actual events, because it's so compact and it's so busy, and there's just like an electricity going around the entire time. However, when I was here during the carnival, after about 2 weeks of it, I was fed up with all the tourists because they just stop in front of you.
But actually, also the Venetians, they tend to go away.
Yeah.
And they go to the mountains when we have carnival.
When it's carnival.
So yeah, it's true. So they are 2 very busy weeks and very traditional also.
Yeah.
The first impact was, okay, I want to enjoy it, and then I want to
go. I want
to walk away.
So I think Venice is more touristy in general than London.
Yeah.
But it has a greater ability to be, for somebody who's English, Venice is completely different to anything in England. So I can see its appeal from an English point of view. And because London held the Olympics, that's a world event. So we had people coming from all over the place.
You had also the mass medias, and it was more... let's say in Venice you have some bigger events during the year, but it's like exactly when the period is, the Olympic Games. It changes every time. It depends on the city. They are held but I think it was a great success for London.
It was. That was the best thing about it, because we had so many volunteers that everybody got behind it and everybody was enthusiastic about it. And because it was a success, it didn't receive half as much bad press as it could have done. And so I think it was something that united everybody, and it was brilliant to get to go and see it.
So we could maybe compare, let's say, to end our small conversation, the fact that the unity which exists during the Olympic Games in London, for instance last year in London, is something that exists also right now at the Junghans because of the international students, and in our city.
There's just an interest in everybody's different origins.
Yes.
So
it's a bigger interest also.
Yeah, and it's an interest from the Italian students' point of view, and then it's an interest from my point of view because I'm interested in where all my other co-students live and how they find university. So
great. Okay. Super. Thank you. And the last wish is you can express your wish. Your favorite song.
My favorite song.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I don't know. Hey Ho Hey by the Lumineers.
Okay.
Do you know that one?
Yeah, I love it.
that's one which springs to mind.
Yeah, so. It's a song for.
It's a light-hearted and happy song.
Yes.
But
So maybe it's the way you feel right now.
I think it is. I attach songs to different times. So 2 summers ago, it was Love Story by Taylor Swift because I'd finished all my exams and and then last summer it was Sitting on the Dock of the Bay by Otis Redding.
Yes. Okay. So this year it's
the Lumineers.
Okay. Super. Thank you and have a nice day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
been trying to do it right. I've been living a lonely life. I've been sleeping here instead. I've been sleeping in my bed. Sleeping in my bed. So show me family, all the blood that I will bleed. I don't know where I belong. I don't know where I went wrong, but I can write a song. I belong with you, you belong with me, you're my sweetheart. I belong with you, you belong with me, you're my sweetheart. I've been trying to do it right. I've been living a lonely life. I've been sleeping here instead. I've been sleeping in my bed. Sleeping in my bed. So show me family, all the blood that I will bleed.